Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live for the FILHAB Truck Series here on Signature Esports. The iRacing platform is hot and heavy. Second race to the finish here. ISM Speedway, Phoenix with the dog leg for the drivers here in the Truck Series. Dale Lecus Jr. currently having the fast time in qualifying, is the points leader going into this race, and needs all the help and all the. Doesn't really need the help. He really needs a clean race. Needs a good finish here as you're watching Curtis Kelly qualify here. Thank you, Brian, for the like out there. Cody Kinsey, Mr. Yeah himself, thank you for the like out there as well. Thank you for all the shares. Thank you to everything that you guys are doing out there. Appreciate you very much. Back in the saddle, trying to make sure that I get everything nice and easy, nice and kind of rolling through here for everybody. So bear with me if I get short of breath. I'll take a pause. Just kind of the way things have been for the last 8 days, and we're doing the best that we can, and I'm doing the best that I can to make sure that we continue to broadcast the rest of the races for the next couple of weeks for the finish of the 2021 season here for Signature Esports. Here is your starting grid. DLJ, Dale Lecus Jr. is going to be your pole sitter. Brandon Banks, super fast as well. He's going to be there to the outside, 2/100ths of a second for that driver. That's the separation there. Eric Schaefer, super fast in practice as well, is going to be there in the number 22. Mason Flippin having a good qualifying there. Second row outside. Curtis Kelly is going to start 5th with Jake Elrod in 6th. Kevin Delia, Jason Hastings out there in 7th and 8th. Mark Harris, Robert Parrott. Good to see Mr. Parrott back out there rolling into the grid. Mark Harris, we'll start to his inside. There's Douglas Carlson and Jacob Denson. Denson having a good season and has come on strong here as of late as well. And down to the bottom of this, so we saw Brian Dublé out there running some laps. Michael Newbrow, second in points, is going to start from the back, but he's going to have Tony Kivet, his teammate, in front of him, the number 7. Stephen Rasek is going to be there with Michael Newbrow, row number 8, and then Zach Flippin all the way there at the tail end of the field. A lot of fun to be had. ISM Speedway, super hot and heavy. Thank you to everybody out there. Make sure you go and check out That Beer Chick on YouTube. You have to search that in there. I put a link in the description as well on Facebook and YouTube, so you'll be able to click directly there. Make sure that you go and do that for me. Give them some support. Doug, thank you for the like out there, man. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We're going to have a good 120 laps here. The ISM 120 is it's ready to go. That's for darn sure. Here's your race information, including track temperature. A little bit, when we did the eNASCAR Racing Association the other day, they had 116-degree track temperature, 105 today. The track length, 1 mile in length. Of course, the dog leg can be used, might be used. We'll see how that works for them. And, just kind of the way it goes. So 120 laps, fuel strategy somewhere around the 45 to 50 mark, I believe, with 80% fuel. And they'll be able to ready to get things going. That's what I put it on the bottom there. Find That Beer Chick on YouTube. One of the best groups from the FILHAB crew. They've rebuilt a couple of times this year, but they've had a good opportunity to do so, and got a good following out there. Lecus, Banks, Schaefer, Flippin, Kelly, Elrod, front 3 rows. Starts on the green flag. Restarts are on the leader, and they're going. Dean, what's going on out there, man? Appreciate you. 88 to the outside, 65 inside. Unlike the next-gen cars, these trucks, once they get up to speed, their tail end kind of lifts a little bit more. Everybody's going to choose a different line to start with, and when they start getting into the rhythm, they'll start settling in to their preferred line. Brandon Banks out front, Dale Lecus Jr. needing, like I said, a good finish here to maintain the points. We're looking at Michael Newbrow, second in points right now. He's going to just kind of take it easy, bring up the rear of the field. Newbrow really improving over the last year that we've been able to watch him race. So all good things for everybody. 2 of 120, the 88 out front. This is going to be about the long haul. Laurie is going to be able to make this work and make it stick. Ooh, Schaefer down low. Caution will come out. Something happened there. Let's take a look here real quick. Was he just loose? Oh, he was just loose. He was able to hold it down. able to avoid the wall. Maybe a little bump there, but that won't be too bad. He'll back it up. A little bit loose off the corner. That's what did it. It looks fine. Everything looks fine there, folks. Brandon Banks' fastest lap of the race, 27.95. That will be the fastest lap of the race at the moment. So he's going to come around and meet up with the pace truck, and we'll be back at it here in just a second. Pace car here at ISM. Lecus will have an opportunity to restart here. They have 3 tire changes total. 80% fuel should put them to pit stop change here, I do believe. Next week, the Truck Series Championship will go down next Thursday. That'll be at Homestead Miami Speedway, brought to you by B&H IT Services. So you'll check those guys out. You know, what does B&H stand for? Well, we don't really know. I mean, we know, but we don't know. Sitting here calling the race, folks. Apologies about that. I had to pause the microphone for a moment there. Many apologies. Thank you to all the comments out there. Coughing fit. But I will be right back with you. Right now, just good stuff going on. Banks, Lecus, battle back and forth from relative times. Kelly, Harris, Delia, Denson, Schaefer, Flippin, Dublé. Newbrau's going to be your top 10. Newbrau starting to get his times back into the swing of things. I think he's figured some things out here. He's starting to get a little bit faster as well. Sitting there calling the race like I'm standing still. Apologies about that. Thank you to all the comments. Keep chatting it up. I will. I've got to take a breathing thing here real quick. Man, oh man, I was waiting to see Brandon Banks 0.7 of a second over Lecus, and that is alternating back and forth between the two drivers. 38 of 120 for these folks. Only one caution. Eric Schaefer moving back up the field after the first caution, doing a great job. Flipping, falling back just a few spots. I think this is just the loose conditions of the track. They're on older tires. Green flag pit stop should be coming any minute. Caitlin says, woohoo, you got this out there. Yep. Talking to one of the fantastic drivers, Curtis Kelly in third. He's having a good race. Able to keep within 2 seconds of the top two. So the top three really having kind of a nice race. Mark Harris in fourth, the 31. Holding the bottom line. Kevin Delia right behind him. His teammates, so three teammates back to back to back. Curtis Kelly, Mark Harris, Kevin Delia. Jacob Denson picks up sixth spot. He and Eric Schaefer have been kind of back and forth a little bit here on where they were going to be, but I tell you what, he's starting to catch the front of the pack as well. Mark Harris looks like he's coming to pit road this time by. He's going to lock it down, get on pit road and make it work. Brandon Banks holding on to the lead, 0.9 of a second, comes down to the dog leg. And a little bit of lap traffic coming up. Steven Rasek is still out there. There is the 99. He's going to come around and move. As you see Harris come to pit road. He's in his pit stall. Brandon Banks going to take another lap. Pit strategy is going to be a big factor here. Douglas Carlson off pace at the moment because of the right side damage. He's in 13th. Tony Kivitt comes to pit road this time by. Elrod came in on 22, so he's out there working to get some of that time back. Doing that right. He's got some of that right side damage as well, but I tell you what, he's still rocking and rolling. Robert Parrott right there with him, right behind. He's tracking out Brian Dublé, who's in fourth. Biggest mover of the race, two of them. There is Michael Newbrau right there, the number 6 here, driving that Chevy around here in the Drinking Bros Racing Chevy. 8 spots. He started some green flag pit cycles, but he's gotten faster on older tires as his lap times are matching that of the race leader at the moment. He is chasing down Mason Flippin, who's in 7th. Schaefer up into 6th at the moment, and is not doing too shabby himself. He does have that little bit of right side damage, but the guy can drive anything. Denson in the 5th, Delia in 4th, Kelly in 3rd, Lecus is second off. Mark Harris just pulled the fastest lap of the race, 27.92. Brandon Banks, 27.95 on the start of the race. So Mark Harris now ready to start climbing back in the saddle and get around and try to pick up some of that ground. Green flag pit stops are going to be a huge factor here. 88 is there, 1 second ahead of the field. Brandon Banks staring at the windshield here is going to have a little bit of lap traffic coming his way. He's got The 19 and the 80 in front of him. 46 of 120. Flipping, staying high for the race leader. As you hear the feather of the throttle coming around. It's going to clear the 19 and make it a little bit easier for everybody here. One hot and heavy, 65 DLJ down low. 19 up high, staying around. Lecus Carlson right here has the race leader to his inside. He caught up high, gonna run that line. So Brandon Banks is gonna put him a lap down. He's the first car one lap down at the moment. And green flag pit cycle still needing to come for Lecus Carlson in the 80. Brandon Banks having a good race. Lecus starting to catch a little bit here as lap traffic becomes a factor. Dogleg getting heavy. B&H, thank you for the share out there. Appreciate you very much on that, B&H Racing. Cheering on Mr. Denson, who is now in fourth, tracking down Curtis Kelly. Mark Harris goes around. He's going to be back on that cycle. 49 of 120. And it looks like some drivers coming to pit road. Robert Parrott's going to be one of those guys. He gets down pit road, the number 5. Brandon Banks put him a lap down. And yeah, it's talk about pedestrian racing. Not really pedestrian. These guys are really doing a great job. Mark Harris starting to catch the 19 and the 80 of Carlson. He will have Carlson pretty easily here with new tires. Gonna have to let Douglas go for a second, but he's gonna be able to turn that car. Look at that truck, turns it right. That's what new tires do on this track. And the 31 of Mark Harris making short work of 11th, trying to get some of that time back. Banks, Lecus, Kelly, Denson, Delia, Schaefer, Flippin, Mason Flippin still out there running. He's still got a clean truck. It's a big deal. Newbra still a clean truck for Newbra. Newbra still, he came to pit road on 4 whenever all that stuff happened. But I think he just got some stuff fixed. Curtis Kelly in on pit road, so the first of the top 3 taking it to pit road. There's Jacob Denson as well. He's up to 3rd now, so that's going to put Brandon Banks, Dale Lecus Jr., Jacob Denson, Delia, and Schaefer in the top 5 at the moment. Alrighty, and Lordy. Brandon Banks, 1.5 seconds. He and Lecus are really keeping up with each other. And I tell you what, I think Lecus just had a couple of laps where lap traffic didn't benefit him. Denson behind him still falling off pace just a little bit. We'll see as they continue to move forward here. 6.5 seconds, the difference between the 45 and the 65. Mark Harris trying to go down to get a lap back here. He's going to be there to the inside of the 65, 31, 65 side by side. Mark Harris down low. Going to try to clear. Denson clears a little bit here. Faster tires for the 31. That racing line. He's in 10th now. He's going to be working on trying to get himself to the race leader here. He's going to be able to do it. And one of those nice situations that you're seeing different strategies play out here. Robert Parrott just ran his fastest lap of the race. And he's done a good job. So did Curtis Kelly. He just ran his fastest lap of the race at 28.13. Get those tires warmed up. See what kind of drive off he's going to be. Six laps complete. This time by. And the 31 of Mark Harris will go down. and about 20 more laps. He'll get his lap. Well, he'll get his lap back. He'll have 16 lap older tires at the moment. If Banks were to come to pit road, Banks is going to hold on to it. I think he's going to try to make it a one pit stop show here. Jacob Denson coming to pit road this time by. DLJ is still out there. Schaefer the third. Schaefer has 4 more laps that he can use. I'm sure he went ahead and topped up. Schaefer in third here, right in front of the 35 of Delia. Banks on 58, trying to coast it around, trying to get 60 laps out of his tires, I think. Interesting if they could do this. He and Lecus. Alrighty, folks. We're going to see what's going to happen. I'll be right back with you in just a second. Lap 60 being completed. Lecus 6 seconds in. Oh, Lecus in on pit road. I was wondering what was going on there. DLJ maybe taking that pit strategy. Going to pit a lap or so earlier. That'll put 61 laps to be able to be completed here for the two drivers. Brandon Banks stretching as long as he can. He is going to go to the official halfway mark and is going to have some company. There's going to be the 17 of Curtis Kelly driving down low to try to get some time back here. And Brandon Banks holding on to it. Eric Schaefer going to be there as well. Schaefer 12 seconds back, but he's gaining a little bit each lap. He was gaining a little bit. I apologize about that. Was gaining a little bit. Michael Newbrow to third at the moment. Newbrow might come to pit road this time by. Banks makes it official halfway, so he's going to try to make this a one pit stop kind of race. And Newbrow will come around and he will lead here. We won't take that back. Schaefer's in the lead. Was looking at the wrong screen. Schaefer's in the lead. There he is. Michael Newbrow's going to be right behind him. He's trying to track him down. So Schaefer and Newbrow first and second. Banks still in on pit road. Mark Harris is going to come around. The 31 is going to take over third. So that's kind of where it is. Schaefer into pit road. Newbrow trying to get around to pit road. Not going to make it. 61 right below him. So Newbrow will lead here. This time by Michael Newbrow. Talk about being an improved driver in this field. He is one of them. He did come to pit road on 4, so he has a few extra laps of fuel. He's going to be able to kind of tame that one in. We'll see if he comes to pit road on this lap or if he's going to stick it out one more. He is going to at least stick it out one more. Mark Harris, 9.3 seconds, the difference between those two. And he is hauling Tookus, and right now has double trouble below him. 0-0, Brian Dublé nose down in, turn 1. And a very clean race for the drivers. Most incidents happen getting up on the wall and getting a little touch. So Michael Newbrow will come in this time by. DLJ running his fastest lap of the race. 27.84. Actually, he ran the fastest lap of the race, 27.84 for that driver. So he has picked up some speed as they continue to go around this track. New race leader is Mark Harris and the 31. (31.17.65) DLJ putting some distance between he and Brandon Banks, and he is now on on a good line here. He's got about 3.5 seconds, 4.5 seconds between he and Brandon Banks. His last lap better than Brandon Banks. This time by, we'll see again. He is starting to pull away just a little bit. Jacob Denson came in on 56. And roughly about 60 laps. That's kind of what it looks like. Tony Kivitt coming around. He is in 7th relative to his number. And Nubra, who is there as well. He just came off of pit road for his green flag pit cycle. He's going to have a little bit faster tires than some of the drivers around him. And so that's going to work into his advantage. Curtis Kelly taking a highline pass to the 31. So Curtis Kelly will almost assume the lead here. He's going to do that. Turn 4. The front stretch exit, 17 out front. Curtis Kelly, your new race leader. Mark Harris came in on 40. And ISM Speedway giving me some fits here. I'd have thought 45 was going to be the right number. Some people choose to put them out there on 30 lap tires or on 40 lap tires, splitting the field into 2 stops, which we saw work the other day for top 3 finish. Today it looks like just a 1-stop kind of session here for the drivers. Curtis Kelly 28.83 his last lap. Mark Harris 29.36. DLJ and Brandon Banks are moving up the field. Jacob Denson back to 5th now as Brandon Banks got around him. But Jacob Denson gets faster on older tires, so don't count him out. We're going to be seeing that working itself pretty immensely here. Kelly 1.5 to Lecus. Lecus takes over 2nd over Harris. Brandon Banks 4 seconds off the pace at the moment. His last lap though, 28.35. Now just a 28.68. He's catching Mark Harris pretty quick. He's got a lot of room to get up and to try to catch up to DLJ, who is screaming around this racetrack. Those extra laps that DLJ was able to hold on. Banks is going to have to move himself into position here to get around it. But a lot of racing left to go. A lot of things still having to happen. Kind of the way things go. Reminder that all of our sounds brought to you by Maximus Sports Cards. Go to maximusportscards.com. They are my Sounds of iRacing sponsor. So much love and appreciation to those guys. And Austin over there with those. He's got some stuff he's getting ready to do. Steven, thank you for sharing the stream. Thank you for liking the stream. James, thanks for liking the stream. Austin, thank you for liking the stream. Caitlin, thanks for liking the stream as well. I'm going through all this. Thank you very much to all of you folks out there. Absolutely amazing catching up on the social media stats here. Lecus out front, Kelly in 2nd, Harris in 3rd, Banks in 4th, and Banks is starting to close the distance. Speaking of Sounds of iRacing, get to that real quick. We're going to do that while I take a little vocal break. is Sounds of iRacing, MaximusSportsCars.com. Go give us Facebook page a like. Freedom Force 22 out there on Facebook and Twitch forum as well. Make sure you go and do that as well. Thank you to everybody that's put some incentive out there. Harvey, thank you for the like out there. Appreciate you very much. Thank you to everybody doing what you do. That's Jason Hastings out there in the field. He's running 12th off 4 for the moment. But that is just for the moment. We'll see how this is going to work. DLJ, Dale Lecus Jr. Has the 3-second lead over Curtis Kelly. And Brandon Banks settling into third. He's got his sights on Curtis Kelly. Here's the number 17. 3.3 seconds the difference between the two drivers. Michael Newbrow up to 6th now and making his way around this track. He's got a little bit of work to do, but he's one of the fastest guys out there right now. He and DLJ and Brandon Banks running the fastest laps on the racetrack. So that's kind of the progression that you're looking at. Mark Harris, though, is back out there. He's going to be a lap down, but he does have brand new tires and a brand new way to go. So 85 of 120. Be looking for that guy to try to make his way back through the field as you're seeing these guys really push their boundaries. Some drivers choosing a one green flag pit stop, and Harris, the only driver that I'm seeing that is running a two green flag pit stop. So very cool for him. Good to see. I kind of excited to see what's going to happen here. He's getting ready to go around. Jason Hastings with the brand new tires. He's got a few drivers to track down, but you'll be able to do it. DLJ right behind Double Trouble, 00 here. Is Mark Harris, the fastest on the racetrack, working his way around. He ran his fastest lap of the race. Actually, I take that back. Second fastest lap of the race at 27.99, just 2 laps prior. So we're going to see what he pulls in now. 28.41. He is closing some distance. He's about 0.7 of a second faster than the race leaders at the moment. But DLJ really holding on to it. Lap 88 of 120. And now I've got a cough. I'll be right back. Back at it, DLJ. 3.8 seconds the difference, his last lap time. It's a little bit slower than Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks starting to close a little bit further down on the 17 of Curtis Kelly. 30, when we come back around this time, it'll be 30 laps to go. 17, a little bit loose right there, free on exit. That is kind of how it goes. Once you start putting those kinds of tires in here, that's what you're looking at. Brandon Banks able to see and look at the cockpit point of view here. Now, barring a caution or anything like that, that's kind of where it's going to be looking at. Banks will go to the outside. Curtis Kelly in on pit road. Be a little bit loose, maybe needing something out of that. So it'll be the race for 1 and 2 again. Lecus Banks opposite this time. Banks there. I talked about Jacob Denson being faster on older tires. He's starting to close that relative down as well. So he's 11 seconds off, but he's got a little bit of breathing room getting around some lap traffic. He's going to be able to get around there. But the guy moving up the pace right now is going to be Mark Harris. Tony Kibbett on pit road at the moment. We got he and Curtis Kelly. Some of these drivers trying to make sure that they impact this race and get a good finish out of here. DLJ, 4 seconds the difference. And that is starting to close down. A little bit out of time, but I think that is just, like I said, relative lap times. They're running pretty close to the same lap times depending on where they're at on the track. Banks just slightly faster on 91 and 92. I think, like I said, that is all going to have to deal with where they're going to be on the track. Banks stayed out a couple extra laps, might be trying to save something here for the year to make sure that they can go all the way around. It is what it is. .94 of 120. Come on, Denson, you can do this, says Ringo out there. He's got a good little truck out there. His last lap time, just about a tenth off of DLJ and Brandon Banks, but got a top 3 kind of truck right now. He's doing a pretty darn decent job. Talked about him being faster on older tires. Same with Schaefer. Newbrow the same way as well. Newbrow tracking down Mason Flippin. Going to get around that driver. He's going to drop down low. This is the battle for points here. Second and third in points. Running fourth and fifth. And Newbrow with 25 laps to go. There's a good little feel here. He's doing a decent job. He's there to the back bumper. 25 laps may not seem like much, but you know, that's kind of where it is. LJ, last lap a tenth off. 4 seconds, the difference between the two drivers. Tony Kibbett faster tires here. He's going to come around. 24 laps to make something happen. Curtis Kelly, the first truck 1 lap down here. And they're going to be catching up to the race leaders pretty quickly. DLJ, 24 to go. Make it 23 to go this time by. Does not need any incident. Trying to make sure that he has enough points to carry the championship and win that championship next week at Homestead. It's all points. No playoff race for that. No playoff standings as far as that goes. Just straight points to the finish. Whoever has the most points at the end of the season wins it. And that's kind of where they're going. Come on, Dale, you got this. 24 to go, says Caitlin. Absolutely. PH all the way, says Ringo out there. You bet it. You bet it. Right now, Newbrow trying to close some of that track off to Flippin. Flippin able to hold that line really nicely. We'll see turn 3 and turn 4. Different entrances, different exits. Right now, DLJ 4 seconds in gaining. So first half of the race, Banks was out there running away with it. Now DLJ able to carry forward. It's 2 extra laps that he was able to save. We'll see what happens here. He might be able to make it on fuel too. I mean, he came out 59, so that means he has to run 61 complete laps. And Brandon Banks came in on 61, which means he ran 60 laps. So that was a technical viable thing here, and that's the only thing that I see being any kind of issue. Lecus ran 59 laps, can run 61. That's insane. He may be short on fuel. He came in on 56. There's Flippin came in on 57. Newbrow came in on 60. Well, he came in on 64. He had a 4 lap. The first caution happened, or the only caution happened on lap 4. So that's kind of what it is. There's your top 15 right there. But when it comes to the pit strategy, who's going to be able to make it? Where's the finish going to be? Dublé will be fine on fuel. Harris is up to 8th now. He'll be fine on fuel. Curtis Kelly will be fine as well. So everybody looking at what can they stretch. And Michael Newbrow, who's going around a couple of drivers here. Ian, that's the guy you're looking at right there. Newbrow 22 seconds off the pace at the moment, but that is still a good battle for second and third in the point standings at the moment. Might be short on fuel. We'll see. Maybe he can salvage something out of it because DLJ has Some lap traffic in front of him. Kelly gets a lap back. Looks like Mark Harris might be going to work his way up there as well, trying to get some of his time back. Newbra there. Malone Denson says Dottie. Denson holding on. Solid third. 13.5 seconds. He's got 10 seconds to play with on time for a top three kind of night. So 17 laps to go. That's a lot of things going on. Newbrow behind Schaefer. Schaefer able to hold on. Schaefer gets faster over the long haul, but I tell you what, these drivers are still cooking. Right now, Brandon Banks trying to catch up to DLJ, Dale Lecus Jr., the 65, 1 and 2. This is how they started the race. Brandon Banks is working his way in. He's got 16 laps. He's pulled off a full second. Last time by, he lost a little bit of time. So DLJ will hold into it. There's 19 of flipping, 21 laps down, but he's going to stay up high. 65 is going to carry there. The 19 is going to drop down over the apron. 65 is right there with him. 65 might make the pass here. He's going to do that. 19 is going to drift up the track for him. Do a good job trying to keep it out of the wall. He's going to do so. 65 is going to clear in here on the exit front stretch. 15 to go. Now 14 as they come around. Reminder to everybody, if you haven't done so, give us a like and follow on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We do a lot of different things. iRacing going to be picking up in the beginning of the week. And I appreciate that. Almost to 2,000 followers on Facebook, so thank you all very much for that. Several hundred on Twitch, several hundred on YouTube as well, 300 or 400, something like that. So you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for doing so. And you can watch YouTube, our YouTube live streams on your YouTube TV. That's if you're a follower. Sometimes looks a little bit better. Brandon Banks, 2.5 seconds. 13 to go. Nolan Denson says, Dottie, cheering him on too. He had some time to play with. We were talking about that. Newbrow and Schaefer still 5.5 seconds. But at a certain point, you gotta get yourself back in the mix. So might be trying to save some fuel here to have a top three kind of night. DLJ, Brandon Banks, Denson, Schaefer, Newbrow. That's all the top five. I'll tell you what, Eric Schaefer talked about him coming on strong at the end of the race. Don't let the relative lap times fool you. These guys are still fast, and he's got a little bit of right side damage on that truck. Calling Big Schaefer, and he's rolling. Three seconds between first and second. 11 laps to go. As the 65 goes around Delia there in the 35. Dropping down low. Side by side for the traffic here. All that does is just help. Delia came in on 96, so Delia's going to be faster. He's got some fresher tires. Does have a little bit of right side damage. And all that that's going to do is give a little bit of extra air. Brandon Banks back here trying to close the distance a little bit. 9 laps to go. We talked about lap times. Curtis Kelly trying to go around. Jacob Denson had to come to pit road. He was coming out of fuel. He had to come to pit road, and he did so. Maybe a little splash and go to get himself back out there. 8 to go now. Denson will be a lap down, so it'll be Lecus, Banks, Schaefer, Kelly going around Newbrow. Only came in on lap 90. We talked about lap times being what they are. Green flag pit cycles made all the difference here. 2.8 seconds. Curtis Kelly takes over fourth. Eric Schaefer in front of him. 63. Is the pit, the last time he was on pit road. So Curtis Kelly looking to try to make a strong move here. Himself within third place. I think working out just fine for DLJ and Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks should be fine on fuel. DLJ should be close. I think he's into the clutch now, trying to save everything that he can. I was listening for there. Strategy here for the drivers when Denson came to pit road. He was on 55. He came to 55. I don't know how these guys save that much fuel, but man, oh man, how crazy is that? Lecus on the clutch. Listen to the cockpit as they get in here. 5 laps to go here at ISM 120. Into the clutch, saving everything that he can. Trying to make it to the end of the race. And right now, Brandon Banks just a little bit more fresh on fuel here. They go high to the outside of Mason Flippin, who's trying to track down Michael Newbrow. He's not out of the clutch. 2 seconds, 4 laps to go. Is he going to be out of fuel? He's going to be out of fuel, or low on fuel. He's going to be short on fuel. Brandon Banks comes around, 3 to go. Lecus in second, having to pit. Tried to stretch it as long as he could. Curtis Kelly will come around. He'll take over second. Schaefer will assume third. And Michael Newbrow to fourth. A turn of events, 2 laps to go here. And you never know, fuel strategy a big factor here. Brandon Banks able to hold on to it. He went every drop of fuel. Lecus, I thought he could have had it. He was going to be close. Maybe he might have been a lap short, but he's going to be, he got a splash and go. He'll be 5th right here. He's tracking down Michael Newbrow. Final lap. Top 5 still night for DLJ. But not a bad little addition to the points here. Brandon Banks, final turns. He's going to come around and win it here. And strategy paid off for Banks, for Kelly, for Schaefer, for Newbrow. Lecus still ends up with a top 5 kind of night. That's the kind of truck that he had. And had a heck of a day doing so. Congratulations to him. And I bet 88's just out of fuel. We're getting ready to be out of fuel. I don't know if he can even burn it down. Folks are coming around to finish their race. And there they are. Now it's official. Officially unofficial. Race results. Oh, in just a second.
Congratulations to the winner from Pub Table Racers. My name is Warren Brissell. I've been in NASCAR for 20 plus years. Sitting next to me is...
My name's Tim Pack, but I'm involved in the short track industry and NASCAR for about 30 years. And we have a Facebook Live show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We're also on YouTube, Twitter. We have a website, pubtableracers.com, and we invite you to come check all that out.
Apple Podcast also.
Yep, we have all that too. And Warren, what's it like to be involved with this league?
We're very proud to be involved with this league. Congratulations again.
And congratulations to the winner as you pull into Pub Table Racers Victory Lane.
Cheers.
Brandon Banks completely out of fuel here, and you see him right there on the, let me get rid of this real quick. Completely out of fuel. Guys are having to push him around. Man, oh man. Crazy that was. A good little race. And all the drama, all the unfolding there. Let's see. Brandon Banks is going to be a race winner. Curtis Kelly in third. Yep. How about Steam is loading up. That's awesome. Michael Newbrow finishes third, and I was going back to see what happened there. It was interesting to see. Newbrow finishes third. Schaefer fourth, Lecus in fifth, Harris in sixth, Flippin seventh, Brian Dublé in eighth, Jacob Denson finishes ninth, Hastings in 10th, Tony Kibbett 11th, Robert Parrott 12th. As you see, he didn't pull off, giving him a little bit of love taps and all that. Kevin Delia, Douglas Carlson, Zach Flippin, Jake Elrod, Stephen Rasick all the way to 17th there. And a good little race for everybody. That was a lot of fun to watch. Probably a little bit more harder for me to call. Thank you very much to everybody out there doing some good stuff and liking and following and all that, just amazing things that you do. George, thanks for the like out there. I appreciate you. Good little race. Let's see if I got anybody in here there he is. Bring this guy in here. You ran out of fuel, burning it down. Walk me through your race. You had just barely enough for everything. You went 61 laps and then 59 to make it to the end there. Tell me about your race, Brandon.
Yeah, like I said that that caution that came out early, that pretty much helped us. If we didn't get that, I think we would have had to go, stop twice there. But all in all, a good race. I was just trying to bide my time there at the end with Dale. I figured he pitted a lap or two before me, and I was just trying to save gas and have enough to maybe try to chase him down at the end. And when I saw him run out with about 3 to go, I figured it was kind of over there. But good race, like I said, just being smooth and not really one of my better tracks, but it seemed to be pretty decent here in the trucks.
It seemed like it was a definitely good race for you. You were very dominant early on. It seemed like the dog leg was taking people kind of off the line. Is that kind of the way it seems in the truck series, or is it just kind of just how you have to drive it in there?
Yeah, I mean, you just pretty much just had to point it really coming in there, and as long as you kind of got it pointed right, you were okay. If you got a little left there, it'd want to kind of skirt out from underneath you. But all in all, it was if you didn't try to really yank on it, it wasn't too bad. It was pretty smooth.
I tell you what, not bad. Go ahead.
It's not like the Cup cars or Xfinity where they want to just snap loose on you. These trucks don't have quite the horsepower, so they tend to be a little more snug.
A little bit more heavy, more driving in.
Yeah.
My man, congratulations. What is that, like your third or fourth win since kind of more picking up more of that time here in the truck series. That's it's pretty insane to see you do that. So congratulations. I know you're not competing for a championship, but in this series, but you just really made it interesting for them. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, I wish I could have wish I could have started at the beginning of the season, see what I could do with these guys. But like I said, I appreciate thanks to the Rowdy guys, Drinking Bros. We work together with those guys a lot, and a great bunch of guys, Pub Table Racers. You sounds like you're feeling kind of bad. Appreciate you broadcasting tonight, and hopefully we can do it again next week.
Next week, Homestead, last race of the truck series. Homestead's a different animal, so I'm curious to see what you guys are going to do.
Yeah, we'll see. I said put a little bit of practice in and see what we can do.
Man, well, congratulations on the race win here, and we look forward to seeing you the rest of the week.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You too. Brandon Banks, your race winner here, folks, and does a heck of a job doing it. DLJ finishes second, and Michael Newbrow finishes third. That'll change some points up. That'll definitely have some fun, and it's interesting to see what everybody's doing here. It's kind of waiting to see if anybody else was going to jump down into the waiting room. If they don't, and we're going to call it a day. I'm trying to get myself back into the swing of things. I'm working on the vocals, and we're working on just kind of a little bit of everything. So thank you to everybody out there that's tuned in and watched us from the get-go. We're going to continue our streams and continue broadcasting iRacing. Next week, got a lot more. Tomorrow night, Drinking Bros Racing, the Xfinity Series will be back on tomorrow night. We're gonna get that race broadcasted. Saturday is going to be the second race of the round of 8 for the Cup Series, so that'll be on Saturday. That is at Kansas. So we're going to be doing that, and so the championship races are a week off from each other. So that'll be that. Then Sunday we have the NTR. Let me get this right. Sunday we have the NTRL League Championship race that we're going to be broadcasting Sunday night. New series on Monday, which should be the IVRL Pinkett Ford Truck Series. So that'll start on Monday, back at the eNASCAR Racing Association on Tuesday, and then another series starting up. The Kickin' Asphalt series is going to start up here on the following Sunday. So a lot of things happening. I'm pretty much swapping the way my week works, so that way I can have weekends a little bit more free to catch everything back up and get everybody ready to rock and roll. I appreciate everybody out there. Thank you for all the likes and follows. Thank you for everything that you do out there. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. We'll get back to racing in the near future when it comes to our leagues. I have to make a lot of changes for myself, so that way I can make this stuff kind of work for these guys. I haven't done a good job, but these guys have done a better job, and that's what we're going to be working on. So thank you to the FILHAB crew. Go find that beer chick on YouTube. She's got some awesome videos that she puts out about her travels and what she does, all the camping, and this just her lives and socials are awesome. The FILHAB crew has been a great support for what we've done over here, and I wish I could do more for them. I really do. Pub Table Racers, of course, for being our Victory Lane sponsor for the latter part of pretty much the half of the season. Maximum Sports Cars for really supporting us throughout this first year and being a part of what we do over here. And big special thank you to all the drivers that have done this. I know it's not been easy, but I know it's not been easy. And I know that there's a lot of things that I still have to figure out, but I tell you what, these guys are absolutely killer. And if you spend 5 minutes in a room with them, or in a chat with them, you'll know that they all care very deeply about what they do here. Brandon Banks, your race winner here. DLJ should hold on to those points lead, but things are starting to get interesting. We'll have to see. I'll have to update those, and then I'll put up something on Facebook to show the top 3 in points over the next couple of days. So I'm working on getting better. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much to everybody out there. I hope to see you on the next one. And if I don't, well, then have a good afternoon, good evening, and a good morning.